Welcome to the Senior Born Players performance of Wish You Were Here. The Senior Born Players is a touring play group, and they go around to different organizations and present plays. Today, they're having a wonderful performance where they are members of the Red Hats Club, and there is one particular lady in their group that every year travels to Europe. But one of the ladies began to get a little suspicious about those travels, and well, let's just see if you can figure out just what the mystery is in this performance of Wish You Were Here.
Yes, Alice. Sissy already brought hers over. You just bring your postcards. Right, if you got some yesterday from Paris, France, that sounds perfect to me. Just bring those. But you're really going to have to hurry, Alice, because I don't want to do anything here without you. We need you. I can't hear you. You have to speak up. What? Don't worry about that. We'll deal with that when you get here, if we need to. I know you have to be at the library. Right. But, honest, it'll only take 2 shakes of a lamb's tail if you get over here right away. Okay. Alrighty. What? I can't? Yeah, okay. See you then. Bye. Tom, are you up yet?
I'm up.
What? I can't hear you. Are you up?
I said I'm up.
Well, if you're up, then why don't you come on down here?
I can't. I'm shaving.
Oh, for Pete's sake, I can't hear you. What?
Turn up your bell tone. I said I'm shaving.
Are you shaving?
Yes.
Well, come on down as soon as you get done, okay? He mumbles. He knows I can't hear him, but he mumbles. If I ever have another big brother, so help me, I'm gonna get one that can speak loud.
I'm here. I'm here.
Sissy, you scared me to death. What took you so long?
I practically ran, Delma.
Did you bring your cards?
Yes, I did. I brought all the cards, not just this year's.
Well, how come you've got 4 at least? Alice and I only get 3 each.
Maud always sends me 2 from Greece. She knows how much I like Greek columns.
Greek columns? That looks more like a buck-naked man to me.
Oh, that one. Maud says he's some sort of a Greek sun god. And he's not really naked. He's just a little nude. See that fig leaf right there?
Yeah.
And he's standing in front of a Greek column.
Well, here's one she sent to me. Visited Corfu yesterday. It has more than 5 million olive trees, loads of wisteria, jasmine, dahlias, camellias, and mimosa. Sunned on a beautiful beach. A clawless lobster, and a quaint hotel with a donkey cart in front. That evening, had a glass of Uz.
Oh, that's pronounced ouzo, honey. I looked it up in the encyclopedia. It tastes like licorice, and it's alcoholic. Isn't that daring of Maud?
Having a wonderful time. Wish you were here. Love, Maud.
Isn't it wonderful how Maud travels all over the world and comes back every year to share it with all of us?
Yes, isn't it? Maud off kicking up her heels all over the place, and the rest of us are sitting back here in Holsey, Kansas, bored to tears.
Honey, somebody's ringing your doorbell.
Oh, let's see what this one is. Loved Venice. Took a marvelous ride up the Grand Canal in a gondola. Fed the pigeons in the square of San Marco. Dined on eel. Done in a tuna and lemon sauce. Then watched the sun go down behind the Grand Canal on the Bridge of Sighs.
Honey, your doorbell is ringing.
Wish you were here. Love, Maud. Want to see the marvelous canal?
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Yes, isn't it? You certainly took your time getting here, Alice.
I rang, and finally your brother Tom stuck his head out the window and told me to come on in.
Did you bring your cards?
Yes, I did.
Well, read us one.
Read you one.
Yes, read your favorite one.
Well, the one with the Monet water lilies is nice. Maud sent it to me from the Louvre in Paris.
Oh, she did, didn't she? Well, read it.
Strolled up the Champs-Élysées yesterday. The chestnut trees were elegant in the morning sunlight. Today I'm at the Louvre. I just stood in front of the marvelous Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. Wish you were here. Love, Maud.
Isn't that wonderful? The way Alice pronounces all those French words comes from being a librarian, so I'm not surprised.
You two want a real surprise?
A surprise?
That's what I said. Maud Johnson is a two-faced deceiver.
What?
You heard me. She has not been to Europe or Paris or Greece or any place else this summer, nor last summer.
What?
She has been
What
pulling
do
the
you mean?
wool over the eyes of two silly widows. That would be you and me, Sissy. And one silly old maid, sorry Alice, but that would be you. To say nothing of all the stories she's told the Red Hatters about these trips she's supposedly taking.
You must be mistaken.
I can't believe it.
Well, I figured you two wouldn't take my word for it, so you'll have to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. You both wait right here.
Maud wouldn't do such a thing.
It's completely out of character for her.
Well, look at these cards she mails us every year from all over the
Let me
world.
see yours.
She's got all the places she travels to and comes back, and she shows her slides here every summer for our annual Red Hatters Tea. We went and saw all the slides where did she go last summer?
Oh, Switzerland, Germany, Spain, Portugal, and Norway.
Yes, and she had all those wonderful tales to tell us about her adventures. Castles, seacoasts, oceans. Although, when she shows the slides, Maud's not in a single one of those slides she shows us every year. Castles, mountaintops, valleys. I wonder how she...
Ladies,
Tell him. Tell him what you told me last night when you got in from Kansas City.
tell them what?
You know what? What happened when you got to Kansas City?
Well, not much to tell. Long trip. No flat tires. I had plenty of gas.
Stop stalling, Tommy Bates. Tell him what happened after you got there.
Well, I ate lunch.
What he's trying to say is he ran into Maud. Saw her, recognized her, and spoke to her.
Not exactly.
Well, wait a minute. You told me that you had done this.
Well, not exactly at first.
Well, Pete's sakes, what do you mean?
Are you talking about Maud Johnson or some other Maud?
Of course I'm talking about Maud Johnson. How many other Mauds are there?
Well, I used to know Maud Willoughby, and she was a pretty little thing, you know, and she had pigtails.
Oh, forget the pigtails. We're talking about Halsey's Maud Johnson and how you ran into her and how she says every summer she goes to Europe for 2 weeks and sends a bunch of silly postcards to us gullible
Oh,
people here at Halsey.
that Maud.
Yes, that's the one.
I suppose you want to know where I saw her.
Yeah, well, tell Sissy exactly where.
Well, I saw her at Joe Fielding's pharmacy, and that would be down close to the plaza.
Well, tell him why you were there.
Well, that's easy. Joe Fielding is new on my list. And as you ladies know, I've been delivering pharmaceutical supplies for... How long has it been now, Deli?
Oh, never mind your life employment history. We only want to know about how you saw her, you recognized her, and you spoke to her.
Well, now, I thought I saw her. And I did indeed speak with her. But now she said that she wasn't Maud Johnson.
Then you were mistaken.
Well, not exactly, Miss Alice. Of course, she was wearing a pair of sunshades. You know, those big things like the movie stars wear out in Hollywood.
Oh, Maud never wears sunglasses.
You're right, she does not.
Well, she might if she were trying to hide something, like her face.
Oh, did she have a mole, Tom? Maud has a mole right here under her right ear.
I didn't look below her left ear.
Well, why didn't you?
Well, I didn't have to. After she left, I asked Joe Fielding who she
And?
was. Oh, it was Holsey's Maud, all right. So I guess that mole was there all along below her left ear.
What did I tell you, girl? She's been living a complete lie.
How could Maud do this?
Well, listen, if you ladies will excuse me, I'm going to go and put on my shirt and have my breakfast. I think I've done enough damage here for one day. Would you ladies like some coffee?
No, we don't have time for coffee. We're having a war council.
Uh-oh.
Well, now you know. And to think that that woman told everybody, and everybody was just hanging on every word she had to say about these so-called trips to Europe.
It makes you look especially bad, Delma.
Huh? Makes me look... What do you mean?
Well, you are the founder and president of the Red Hatters, and every year this is where Maud comes to show her slides for our annual tea. So I think it makes you look more...
Makes me look more what?
Nothing.
Makes me look more what?
Well, I was going to say a little more foolish than the rest of us, but
Well, what
I
about you, Sissy Martin? I mean, for the past 3 years, you've made these wonderful little cookies like red hats, and you even got my brother to go looking for fancy English tea all the way to St. Louis and back, so Maud wouldn't think that we were a bunch of Kansas hicks.
Oh, when I think of the time, I had us all wear little paper Dutch boy hats because Maud said she was going to Holland.
Yeah, well, what about you, Alice, lugging your grandmother's silver service all the way over here so we could have this fancy high tea, I think she called it. Where was it that Maud said she had this high tea?
Oh, it was in the Savoy in London.
Oh, yes, it's a boy in London. Well, that fork-tongued hussy. I bet she never had a tea any higher than, well, at Motel 6, if that high.
And all those tales she told us about her adventures. The one about the French waiter flirting with her.
Yeah, and how about that count, no count, that she said was inviting her to come and see him in his place in, where was that, Alice?
It was in Luxembourg. It's in Germany.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he said he had a 400, mind you, 400-year-old castle up on this mountaintop and 40 servants. Now, what is he going to use Maud for? To come over if he's got 40 servants? Is she going to empty his spittoons or something?
And we bought every word of it.
Hook, line, and sinker. Well, she's not going to get away with it, let me tell you, because if it's the last thing I do.
Wait, look.
What?
Look at the cards. How
What do you
could she
mean?
mail us these cards if she never went to Europe? Look. Postmarks, stamps. You can't fake stamps and postmarks.
Well, Maud Johnson could fake a cake at a wedding. But, now that you mention it,
Well, maybe she flew back after all and just got back early.
Hold your horses again, gals. I'll be right back.
All right. Let's say Maud went to Europe and came back early. What on earth was she doing in Kansas City?
Well, she told me once she had a niece that lived there.
A niece? I never knew Maud had a niece.
Well, maybe it was a cousin instead.
You know, Maud was always very mysterious about her past. It took Delma a month of Sundays to worm out of her how old she was and where she was born and how she met that rich Chicago banker who married her and lived with her for 40 years and then died and left her all that money so she could travel to Europe. Makes you wonder if any of it was the least bit true.
Tom knows a lot more than he's been telling. Come on, Tom, tell him what you just told me right now out in the kitchen.
What do they want to know?
Did you or did you not see Maud in Kansas City? And that drugstore owner that you ran into, did he have something to say?
Tom Fielding is his name.
Well, what-
Joe Fielding is his name.
Whatever. But did he tell you that Maud has been coming into his place almost every day for the last 2 weeks getting candy and gum and arthritis medicine and so forth?
Yeah, that's what he said. Now, let me go and finish my breakfast and read
No,
my
not
newspaper.
so fast. What else did you say he said?
Who?
The drugstore man.
Joe Fielding is his name. He said that Maud was staying in Kansas City with her niece, who works at a TWA office out at the airport.
The airport! The airport! Now it's beginning to make sense. She must know some pilots.
Or some of those young ladies who wear uniforms and pass out cushions. What do they call them, Alice?
Stewardesses?
Yeah, and that's how she gets those cards to be coming in from all over the place. They could be sending them in from heaven only knows where while she sits with her feet up in Kansas City.
And makes us think she's having a high time in Europe. The very idea of such a thing.
Ladies, I'm going to go and finish my breakfast and read my newspaper.
Not so fast. What's the phone number of that drugstore man at your new stop?
Now, Deli, what do you want with that?
Because I want to find out where Maud is holed up. Oh boy, when she picks up the phone, she's going to get the surprise of her fibbing life when she hears my voice on the other end.
You don't need it.
What?
Turn up your bell tone. Deli, I've got the name and phone number for Maud's niece right here.
Well, for Pete's sake, why didn't you say so?
Well, you never asked me. I got it from Joe Fielding because I figured it was going to come to this. Now, if you ladies will excuse me, I'd like to go and finish my breakfast and read my newspaper.
Cindy Davis. There's the number.